Hey, good evening and welcome to the March 10th, 2026 legislative session of the town of Ossining. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Deputy Supervisor Meyer,
Present.
Councilmember Manicchio,
Here.
Councilmember Phil, Councilmember Weinst,
Present.
Supervisor Feldman,
Present.
Supervisor and town board announcements.
Okay. Now that it got warm out, moderate income households in New York State all qualify for monthly discounts on their utility bills through the Expanded Energy Affordable Program, EEAP. To learn more, visit nyeeap.com/program and they'll have information. AARP Tax Aid is running a free tax prep on Thursdays at the Ossining Public Library now through April 9th. To make an appointment, please visit freetaxhelpwestchester.com or call 914-353-0345. Jazz at the Lodge returns every Thursday night. Visit jazzathelodge.com for the schedule and details. Sustainable Westchester wants to remind everybody that the Grid Rewards program is free to join, and you get paid simply by being smart with your electrical usage. Visit sustainablewestchester.org for more information. The Bethany Arts Community is running the Emerging Artists Fellowship, where they seek to provide an encouraging community and creative home for emerging artists seeking to further their practice. To learn more or to apply, visit bethanyarts.org. Ossining Historic Cemeteries Conservancy will be hosting Cemetery Bingo Night at the Elks Lodge on Wednesday, tomorrow, March 11th. Refreshments will be served and prizes will be awarded. I did that last time. It was really fun. And all proceeds go to the Ossining Historic Cemetery Conservancy's restoration and preservation work. Westchester Collaborative Theater will be presenting Jerry Malkin Quintet on Saturday, March 14th as a part of its Music in the Box program. For more information, please visit wcttheater.org. The Ossining Boat and Canoe Club will be running a used fishing tackle and gear sale Sunday, March 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure you get there early for the best selection. T-Town's annual pancake brunch is set to return on Saturday, March 21st. Enjoy hotcakes, maple syrup, coffee, and more. There will also be crafts celebrating the sugar maple tree. Grace Hall Spring Market Community Gathering is scheduled for Saturday, March 28th. You can expect live music, local vendors, and food. It will be held at 7 Old Albany Post Road from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And please remember, Neighbors Link is a great source of information for our immigrant population. Please visit their website, www.neighborslink.org. Click resources to register to attend informational webinars about knowing your rights in both English or Spanish, and to find contact information for trusted professionals. As always, our Ossining Public Library has many events, including movies, craft events, meditation, tutoring, yoga, book clubs, and more. Please see their website at ossininglibrary.org for more information. And the Loft LGBTQ+ Community Center has events and programs, sources, and presentations, all dedicated to providing support to everyone who is a part of the LGBTQ+ community, including virtual and in-person support groups, clubs, and clubs for a multitude of different topics. Please check out their website at loftgaycenter.org for more information. And for more fun and interesting events being held locally, look at the supervisor's update on the supervisor's webpage to see them. Any of my colleagues have any? Yeah?
No.
Thank you. Public comment on agenda items. Visit our court to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any issue of any of the resolutions on the agenda. Is there anybody online? Board resolutions, approval of minutes, February 24, 2026. Resolved that the Town of Ossining hereby approves the February 24, 2026 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated March 10, 2026 in the amount of $174,622.17. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Personnel policies, non-union and elected personnel manual. Resolved that the town board town of Ossining hereby approves the updated terms and conditions set forth in the town elected and appointed non-union personnel and approves the guidelines in the handbook for all elected officials and officer employees appointed by the town board, and before the result that the version supersedes the previously adopted handbook. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Personnel appointment, highway seasonal labor. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining appoints Jonathan Ayora Ossining to the seasonal position of laborer in the town highway department at an hourly rate of $17 effective March 16, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Personnel appointment, highway seasonal labor. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining appoints Ariane Blalock Ossining to the seasonal position of laborer in the town highway department at an hourly rate of $17 effective March 16, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Resolution joining the Highland Region, whereas the Highlands Region encompass more than 3 million acres of Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and whereas the Highlands Region at the area is national significance, proceeds substantial natural beauty containing contiguous forests and productive farmland, numerous cultural and historic sites, plenty recreational opportunities, and the protection and supply of important drinking water source and over 15 million people. And whereas the U.S. Congress and B partnership passes the Highland Conservation Act, Public Law 10-421, that was signed into a law by the President of the United States on November 30, 2004, designing the Highlands as a significant national conservation priority region. And whereas the Highlands Conservation Act authorizes the Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of the Agriculture to provide financial assistance to Highlands states to preserve and protect high priority conservation land in Highlands region. And whereas the United States Fish and Wildlife Service Management and Voluntary Grant Program to assist Highlands state, local unit of government, and private forest and farmland owners in the conservation of natural and land and natural resource in the Highlands region in coordination with the willing sellers. And whereas lands preservation efforts of the Highland region should link the parks, historic sites, wildlife, habits, streams, rivers, reservoirs, watersheds, trails, scenic and natural lands, and other protected area unique to the region for the enjoyment of future generations. And now therefore be resolved that the town board Ossining supports being officially included in the federal Highlands boundary and maintained by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for the Highlands Conservation Act grant program, thereby qualifying for financial and technical assistance provided by the U.S. Congress. To have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Permission to sell alcohol at Town of Ossining Earth Day. Resolved that the Capitan Lawrence Brewing Company, 6 Degrees or Less Brewery, and Sing Sing Kill Brewery are each authorized to operate a concession stand during the Earth Day event held on April 25th, 2026 at the Louis and Joe Water Park in the town of Ossining, and to sell for consumption by person over 21 years of age at the event in company's beer products. Captain Lawrence Brewing Company, 6 Degrees or Less Brewery, and Sing Sing Kill Brewery will obtain with consent for the town all necessary permits, including an event permit for the New York State Liquor Authority, and will provide proof of insurance in the letter of indemnity to the town and form acceptable to council to the town. Have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contract extension Fundamental Business Service INC, whereas the town of Ossining and village of Ossining have an agreement dated March 29, 2023 with Fundamental Business Service INC for the issuing, processing, and collecting of parking tickets within the village, and whereas the town's participation in the contract is the virtue of an intermunicipal agreement for the village and to utilize the town court as it relates to said parking ticket, and the town has no financial obligation of benefit under this agreement. And now therefore be resolved that the town supervisors is hereby authorized to execute a 3-year extension agreement with Fundamental Business Service INC for said services. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution Danielle G. Vincentletti, PC, be resolved that the town board hereby retains Danielle G. Vincentletti, PC, to serve as counsel of record for the town of Ossining and all town respondents in the matter of Cedar Manor Acquisition One LLC versus the town of Ossining, Westchester County Supreme Court, index numbers 64331 of 2021, 66456, 2022, 69023 of 2023, 78256 of 2025, and Paradise Healing Oil Inc. versus Town of Austin, Westchester County Supreme Court, index numbers 72378 2024. And B, for the resolve of the town board authorizes the supervisor and any other appropriate town personnel to execute any documentation to take any action necessary to facilitate this representation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Considering authorizing the hiring of Joel R. Dichter of Dichter Law LLC as a special counsel to represent participating Westchester municipalities in monitoring the Con Ed rate settlement. Whereas the Westchester Municipal Council, including the town of Ossining, hired Joel R. Dichter of Dichter Law LLC to represent participating Westchester County municipalities in Connecticut on electric and gas rate case before of the New York Public Service Commission. And whereas the New York State Public Service Commission recently approved a 3-year rate settlement with Connecticut starting January 1st, 2026, and whereas it's best of interest of the town of Ossining and the Westchester Municipal Concern to the settlement be monitored for compliance with the terms agreed upon the New York State Public Service Commission. And whereas Joel R. Dichter of Dichter Law LLC has the necessary experience and expertise to represent the interests of the participating municipalities in this matter and has submitted a 3-year monetary proposal dated February 1st, 2026. And whereas the proposal includes monetary mission response when necessary, participate in the WMC specific meeting and provide periodical updates to the Westchester Municipal Consortium at the cost of $1,250 per participating municipality per year. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining as follow. First, that the town of Ossining hereby authorizes the hiring of Joel R. Dichter of Dichter Law LLC as a special counsel to represent participating Westchester municipalities of the Westchester Municipality Consortium to monitor the approved New York State Public Submission Commission settlement in accordance with the 3 years proposal from Joel R. Dichter and Dichter Law LLC dated February 11, 2026. And 2, the participating municipalities shall share the cost of the legal and related fees, including by Joel R. Dichter and of Dichter Law LLC, with the total annual amount of such representation not to exceed $1,250 per participating municipalities. And number 3, the town's supervisors hereby authorizes to take all necessary action to execute agreements and related documents to make payments in furtherance of this resolution. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Finance Capital Project number 2025-5269, 2025 Ryder Park to North State Road, Drainage Study Highway Department, resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining authorizes opening a 2025 capital project number 2025-5262 entitled 2025 Ryder Park to North State Road Drainage Study for the Highway Department with a project budget of $67,000. The project will be funded and transferred from the town and incorporated fund balance of $37,000 and Federal Emergency Management Agency FEMA grant funding of $30,000. Charge will be available at the bulletin boards on 16 Crown Avenue. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution authorizing levy and unpaid water charges and town tax rolls, whereas pursuant to an intermunicipal agreement, Water IMA, dated January 1st, 2002, the Village of Ossining supplies water to the unincorporated area of the town of Ossining in town outside and directly bills customers in the town outside for water supply pursuant to the Water IMA. And whereas pursuant to the water, am, am, IMA, any water changes that is delinquent for 3 or more months shall be levied against the delinquent properties by the town and shall be subject to penalty in the matter provided by law. In which event, upon collection by the town shall remit the amount collected to the village of Ossining. And whereas pursuant to section 198 of the town law, the town of Ossining is authorized to levy unpaid water charges against delinquent properties. Now therefore be resolved that any charges to the customers outside the village of Ossining incorporate limits in the town of Ossining that's delinquent for 3 or more months shall be levied against the delinquent property and shall be subject to penalty in the matter provided by law. And be resolved, before the resolve that the village trustee on behalf of the village clerk and village of Ossining shall file the supervisor of the town of Ossining as required by law, a statement showing unpaid water charges to customers outside the village of Ossining incorporate limits, but within the town of Ossining, which is delinquent for 3 or more months, and that such a statement shall contain the brief description of the property upon which the water was used and names of the person or corporation liable to pay for the same and the amount chargeable to each for the purpose of levy and enforcement under water rents. And upon receipt for such a statement, the supervisor will transmit said statements of delinquent water charges to the receiver of taxes for levy against those delinquent properties. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2025 year-end budget adjustments. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining approves the following budget adjustments for the year end 2025. All discharges will be available at the bulletin boards at 16 Crown Avenue by the clerk's office. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I would like to take a moment to thank our finance department for doing such a fine job on balancing all of these different accounts. Dale and Liz, thank you very much. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Monthly reports. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of February 2026. Supervisor's Office, Town Building Department, Highway Department, and Tax Receiver. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Visitor recognition. Visitor are accorded to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not related to the agenda but the relevance to the common good of the town. Nobody online. Is there excited?
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session for personnel, contracts, and advice of counsel. Do you have anything else?
Okay, so do I have a motion to go into executive session for personnel, contract, and advice of counsel?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Our next meeting will be St. Patrick's Day at the 16 Croton Avenue. I hope you enjoyed the warm weather, the teas, but soon it will be warm every day, and then we'll be complaining about that. Anyway, have a good evening. See you next week.